Welcome sa E-SKUL ng Bayan. Andito ako para samahan kayong mag-review. Tara, aral!
Sino dito yung nakapanood or nakasama sa lectures, two other lectures ng radicals? I'm assuming napanood niyo yung video before this and after this. Kasi mag-a-add na lang ako ng exercises. I mean, like ngayon na exercises. Anyway. Okay ba audio ko? Can you type yes kapag okay yung audio? Okay. Sorry, medyo may sipon ako. Okay, let's start. Ang dami pa nag-admit. Okay. So, again, continuation lang to. So, last time we talked about yung square root. So, now let's talk about cube root. Okay, so bakit square root and cube root pa natin pinag-usapan? Kasi ito naman yung common na lumalabas or ito yung mga problems or like expressions that we deal with. So, 3, we know that 3 times 3 times 3 is equal to 27. So we say that the cube root of 27 is equal to 3. O kaya naman, kapag meron tayong 3 raised to 3, take the cube root of that, as pangit naman ang example ko, puro 3, is equal to 3. O sige, sabihin natin 2. 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8. So we know that the cube root of 2 cube is equal to 2. So may question ako. How about if you have, hindi pala question, negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. This is equal to negative 8. So if we have cube root of negative 2 cube, the answer here is negative 2. So remember na sa square root natin, ano nga ulit, kapag kunwari meron tayong square root of x squared, ang sagot dito would be absolute value of x, right? Kasi, kung ano man yung nasa loob na to should always be, ano nga yung point ko? Ay, yung nasa loob should always be positive. So, kapag, Kapag kunwari, negative yung nilagay natin dito, let's say, square root of negative 2, ang sagot natin dito would be absolute value of negative 2, not just negative 2. Pero pagdating sa cube root natin, cube root x cube, ang sagot is always just x. Kasi unlike sa square root or sa squares natin, ano yung mga perfect squares natin? Diba we have 1, 4, 9, 16, and so on. Ito yung mga perfect squares natin. Yung mga negative counterparts ba ng integers na to, like negative 1, negative 4, negative 9, perfect squares ba sila? Hindi, di ba? So yung perfect squares natin are always positive. Okay? Pagdating naman sa cube root natin, ano yung mga perfect cube natin? 1, 8, 27, 64, etc. Okay, these are perfect cubes. How about your negative 1, negative 8, negative 27, negative 64? Itong mga numbers na to are also perfect cubes. So, yung perfect cubes natin could be positive or negative. So, kaya kapag dito, hindi natin kailangan maglagay ng absolute value. Kasi, if we have cube root of negative 2 cube, ang sagot lang natin dito is also negative 2. Okay? Kinumpare ko lang. Para lang na justify nyo rin kung bakit ito kailangan ng absolute value and this one, hindi. Okay? So in general, kapag saan ito important? Sa simplifying. So, in general, when we are simplifying square roots, radicals with this form, okay? So, ano yung mapapansin nyo? Yung ating exponent dito sa radicand natin and yung ating index are the same. So, ang possible answers natin is absolute value of x or simply x. Kailan siya absolute value? When n is even. Right? Kailan naman siya equal to x lang? When n is odd. Okay? Nakuha niyo ba? May questions ba dito? Kung paano naging ganito? Type A kapag nakuha. Isa lang. Akala ko isa lang nakakuha. Kailangan ko umulit. Okay. Okay, let's try simplifying yung sa cube root muna. Pero don't forget, ba't ko ba binura? Yung audio. Yan ang paghanapin. Okay. So, simplify natin itong mga to. Ano nga yung sinabi natin last time? Yung mga laws of exponents natin, nag-a-apply pa rin dito, right? So, recall lang natin that yung power of a product rule natin. Ano nga yung power of a product? So, kapag may product ka na naka-raise sa power, this is just equal to x raised to n, y raised to n. So, pwede mo siyang i-distribute. So, ganun din. Pero yung proof nito, dumaan muna sa rational exponent. Remember your rational exponent or fractional. So, if you have nth root of x times y, this is just equal to nth root of x times nth root of y. Okay, paulit-ulit lang ako dyan, pero para maalala nyo. So, try natin i-simplify this one. If we have cube root of 27 x cubed, so madali lang to kasi perfect cube sila pareho. Power of a product rule, pwede silang ipaghiwalay. Actually, pwede rin naman hindi mo ipaghiwalay. Pero para lang nakikita ng mga hindi pa sanay mag-deal with radicals kung saan nanggagaling. Kasi minsan, yung obvious sa atin, hindi obvious sa iba. So here, cube root of 27. 27 is a perfect cube. This is equal to... May nagtanong, nare-record na po ba to? Nare-record na siya. Hindi ko na nakalimutan. So here, cube root of 37 is equal to 3 times cube root of x cubed. Okay, since pareho, lalabas lang yung x. So our final answer here is 3x. Sinulat ko lang. Okay, madali lang this one, right? Wala namang questions here. Paano naman kapag negative siya? Okay. So, ako, pag odd naman to, automatically nilalabas ko na yung negative para hindi ko na siya inisip. Pero depende sa inyo, mag-work pa rin naman kung hindi nyo muna siya ilabas. Let's say, cube root of negative 27 times cube root of x cubed. Okay, so alam naman natin, ang cube root ng negative 27 is just negative 3 times cube root of this is x. So answer here is negative 3x. So guys, once ano tawag dito? Odd yung nandito, tapos may negative ka sa loob, pwede mo nang ilabas yung negative. Ilabas hindi siya mawawala. Nasa labas lang siya. For example, ito, equal lang din niya sa negative of cube root of 27x. Nandiyan pa rin yung negative. Madali lang yan or may tanong? Huwag mahiya magtanong kahit sinasabi ko madali. Wait lang, kami nagtanong. Ma'am, yung imaginary number po ba sa square root lang siya applicable? Paano sa square root? Okay. Negative something. Negative 1, kunwari. Okay? This is... Wait lang. Ulitin ko yung tanong niya. Ma'am, yung imaginary number po ba applicable lang sa square root? Okay. So, balikan natin yung idea nito. Ang sinasabi kasi nito is ganitong siya i-simplify given that you are dealing with real numbers. Okay, sorry, I forgot to mention that. We're dealing with real numbers right now. Okay? So, kapag may ganito ka, actually, kahit hindi yung exponent. Sige, wait. Sulat ko na lang dito. X raised to A. Okay? So, let's say X is a negative integer. Familiar kayo dito? Negative integer? Z lang ata. Ba't ako may pag-ganyan? Sige. So, or X is a negative integer. Or less than. X is less than 0. Yun na lang. Okay? So, negative tong nasa loob natin. Ang sagot natin would be a real number kapag A is odd. Okay? Imaginary naman siya kapag A is even. Nakuha kung bakit? Kasi for example, square root of negative 1, we know that this is equal to I. Okay? Kasi wala ka namang i-multiply na two numbers that will give you two numbers na pareho that will give you ito. So, possible. So, imaginary number siya. How about if I have cube root of negative 1? That's equal to negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. Right? Or negative 1 cube. Okay? So, ito, equal siya sa negative 1. Real number siya. Okay? So, kapag fourth root of negative 1, equal lang to sa I ulit. Nakuha nyo ba? So, as long as even siya, pag even siya, imaginary makukuha mo or magkakaroon ka nung I. Okay. So, let's try to simplify. Ninabura na naman ako na hindi dapat. Okay. Ayan lang. So, same lang din yung method kahit cube root or mapailang root pa yan. The idea is just to express this as factors na may perfect cube. So, kapag, sige, gawin muna natin yung long method, okay? So, yung long method or yung parang foolproof for me is to get the prime factors of kung meron kang coefficient, okay? So, ano yung prime factors ng 24? That's equal to 2 and 12, 4 and 3, ito, 2 and 2. So, we see, ang prime factors is 2 raised to 1, 2, 3, 3 times 3. So, we have cube root of 2 raised to 3 times 3. Kasi ito, pwede nyo siyang iwalay kung nalilito kayo. So, kukuha ka lang ng equal sa index A, A raised to 5 over A raised to 3 is equal to A squared. I hope na naiintindihan na kung bakit, nag-gets naman kung bakit naging A cube times A squared to, di ba? Hinati ko lang to para makita natin yung pwedeng ilabas. Or, pwede mo namang A raised to 5, subtract mo lang yung 3, may iwan yung A raised to 2 sa loob. Okay, so here yung mga perfect cube natin is this one and this one, may iwan itong dalawa. So, perfect cube, lalabas yung 2. Perfect cube, lalabas yung A. Square root of 3A squared. Okay, nakakuha naman ba to? Okay, or if alam mo naman na yung factors ng 24 na perfect cube, 8 perfect cube times 3 times A raised to 5. So, pwede mo ilabas yung 8, this means 2, pwede mo ilabas yung A raised to 3, A squared. Okay, so basta just follow yung rules ng ito. Okay, follow nyo lang yan. Iba-iba naman kasing way, depende kung paano siya nagfo-flow sa utak nyo. So, I know, pag exam naman, hindi nyo naman isusulat to lahat. Na-explain na natin para sa mga nahihirapan. May questions ba here? Okay, so common error din minsan na. Thank you sa question. Pero nag-gets nyo na. Usually yung iba, ay ilalabas to. So nilalabas ng buo. Ang nalalabas is 2 cube, a cube. Ganyan. Okay? Yung point kaya ginawa natin sa cube root kasi, from here, if pareho yung exponent and index is just going to be equal to kung ano man yung nasa loob. So 2 lang yung ilalabas siya. And a. Pero careful na lang doon kasi common error yon. Ako, guilty ako minsan. Okay. Sige, yun lang muna for that. Mamaya na tayo marami examples after. Okay, so ginawa din natin sa square root yung guys, alam niyo ba yung rational exponents and radical form? So again, kapag meron tayong radical, pwede natin siyang express into an expression with a rational or fractional exponent. So here, nth root of x is just same as x raised to 1 over n. So practice lang tayo saglit. We have rational exponent. Guys, iba yung rational exponent sa rational expression na exponent. So ito lang yan. Pwede siyang magawa masulat into radical form. Okay, and vice versa. Kapag may radical form ka, pwede mong mailipat. So, let's try this one. 9. Madali lang naman. Pero paano mo ito isusulat to radical form? Itong buo, yung naka-raise to 1/3. So, yan yung nasa loob ng radical sign. 3. Okay. How about if you have this? Common error din ito minsan. Okay, here guys, hindi naka-parenthesis yung 9x natin. So, hindi siya isang unit. Ito lang yung raised to 1/3. So, here we have 9 times cube root of x. Okay? Actually, yan naman yung gusto ko i-point. Sige, baliktad naman. Okay, paano pag ganito? So, syempre, copy lang yung 5 times xy raised to 1 over 4. Okay, remember your product rule? Pwede mo itong i-distribute sa dalawa. So, we will have 5x raised to 1/4 and y raised to 1/4. Okay, pinapakita ko lang kung paano mo pwede i-manipulate kapag meron kang radical expressions. Nakuha naman to, di ba? Kung paano maglipat ng rational exponent to radical form or meron pang questions. Okay. So, try to simplify this, guys. So, madali lang. I'll give you 3 minutes siguro. Ang dali naman ang examples. Okay lang yan. Okay, 3 minutes. Okay, don't forget this one, guys. May absolute value kapag n is even. Chat done kapag tapos na. May nagsasagot pa. Ay, sagutin na natin. So this one, yung x raised to 6, pwede natin siyang hatiin into x raised to 4 times x raised to 2. Pareho yung base, add lang yung dalawa, so equal sila, di ba? X raised to 6 lang din ito. Okay? So, meron tayong pareho, pwede natin ilabas, x is equal to 4th root of x. Complete na ba to? Hindi pa. Kailangan may absolute value. Ito. Okay? Kasi even. How about this one? X squared raised to 3. Right? Power of a powered rule. This is just equal to x, m times n. So, 3 times 2, that's equal to 6. So, pareho lang yan sila. Okay? Or kung hindi mo siya maisip that way, pwede rin naman ganito. X raised to 3 times x raised to 3. So, malalabas mo yung isang x, malalabas mo din yung isang x, you'll have x squared. Okay? How about here? Didikit-dikit na sila. Ano nga example ko? X raised to 4, y cubed. Tama ba? Cube. Okay. So ito, x squared times x squared. So pwede natin ilabas, x squared. Nakuha ba? Sige, step by step natin. X squared raised to 2. Ito naman, gawin natin y squared times y. So pwede natin ilabas ito, at saka ito. Square root of x squared squared. So malalabas natin x squared. Ito naman, malalabas natin yung y. Times square root of y. Tama na ba to? Kulang siya ng absolute value. Okay. Ideally, kailangan malagyan ito ng absolute value. Pero actually, kung titingnan mo to, anything na i-assign ko sa x dito will always give me positive kasi naka-square siya. So actually, pwede mo nang ilabas siya sa absolute value. Nakuha niyo ba, guys? Na if you have absolute value of x raised to a, this is equal to x raised to a, absolute value of x raised to a when a is odd. Okay, ito naman, x raised to a lang siya when a is even. Nakuha niyo kung bakit? Kasi let's say, negative 4 yung number. Pag inassign ko yung x is equal to negative 4, that will give me negative 4 squared, which is equal to 16. So, kahit anong i-input ko dito, positive. So, medyo redundant na yung absolute value. Baka lang kasi may problem, tapos wala sa choices yung ganito. Kunwari, simplifying siya or something. Tapos may mga ganyan. Tapos nagtataka ka, dapat may absolute value. So, actually, kapag even yung nandito mo, pwede mo siyang ilabas. So, you have x squared times the absolute value of y times square root of y. Pero tama pa rin to, guys, ha? Okay, you'll arrive with the same answer kapag nagpa-plug in ka. Pero yung point ko lang is kunwari lang, wala sa choices. Okay? Ito, simplified pa siya na version. Kasi pwede mo nga ilabas sa absolute value. Nakuha ba kung bakit pwedeng ilabas? So, yun. Pero in terms of like, kapag nagsosolve ka, kapag given ka ng x is equal to something or y is equal to something, pareho lang yung makukuha mo sagot sa dalawa. Okay. Sulat ko lang ulit. Parang hindi siya mga simplified version, no? Okay, number 4. 4th root of 81 x raised to 8 y raised to 6. 81, anong factors ng 81 mo? That's 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Or 3 raised to 4. Okay? So, i-prime factor nyo lang siya. Makikita nyo naman to. X squared raised to 4. Ito naman, y raised to 4 times y squared. 4 through. So, pwede natin ilabas ito, and ito. We have 3x squared y times 4th root of y squared. So, again, kagaya kanina, ito even naman yung exponent niya. So, it doesn't matter if lagyan ko siya ng absolute value or not. Ano yung may kailangan. Okay? Nakuha nyo naman. Unless explicitly sa problem, nilagay that all variables are x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, i-give up ng aking whiteboard marker. Wala pala siyang A. Okay, may questions ba dito? Wala naman. Type A kapag okay na. Mabilis ba ako magsalita? Alright, let's move on to multiplying and dividing radical expressions. So, sana huwag mag-give up yung marker. Otherwise, we'll just use red. Ay, hindi. May bago. Wala pala. Okay. Erase ko na. Multiplying and dividing radicals. So, yung mga pwede na lang yung mga pwede lang natin i-multiply or divide. What do I mean by that? Yung mga pwede nating ma-simplify or mapagsama-sama when we're multiplying and dividing is kapag pareho yung index o kaya naman yung mga base sa radicand are the same. Okay? So, isa-isayin natin to. Let's talk about kapag same yung index first. Again, anong index? So, yung index yun. Kapag pareho ito. Okay? So, for example, to recall, ito lang ulit yung gagamitin natin. Paulit-ulit lang yan. So, from here, binaliktad lang actually kasi you are multiplying. So, usually, ang given mo looks something like this one. Okay? Nth root of x times nth root of something, of y. So, ito, pwedeng maging expression yung nasa loob, ha? Not just variable. Pwede siyang expression or whatever. As long as same yung index mo, this is just equal to, pwede mo sana ipagsama sa loob. And then, simplify from there. So, we have x, y raised to n. Okay, mas may sense siya kapag may other values ka aside from x and just y. Okay, so let's look at this example. Start tayo sa integer. 27 times square root of 4. Okay, so marami kang ways to solve this. And ipapakita ko kasi, although for this particular operation, ang pinakamadaling method would be to simplify this 2 bago mo i-multiply. Okay, pero there are some examples or depende sa given mo, mas mag-a-apply minsan kapag i-multiply mo muna yung loob, etc. So, ipapakita ko na lang yung 3 ways or 3 approaches. First one would be to use this. As in, i-multiply. Paliktarin natin para hindi kayo malito. The first one would be to multiply yung nasa loob. Okay? So, pagsasama natin sila, that's equal to 27 times 4, 108. Okay? Then from there, sorry, ito yung prime factor. So, bahala ka na kung ipa-prime factor mo siya or i-identify mo kung ano yung factor niya na perfect square. I know that this is equal to 36 and 4. No, 3. 36 and 3. Okay, 36 times 3 is equal to 108. Perfect square kasi. Perfect square kasi to. Kaya yan yung pinili ko na factor niya. Okay? Kung hindi nyo alam na divisible siya by this perfect square, again, you can always do this. 2 times 54, 2 times 20, ilan ba to? 7? 3 times 9, 3 times 3. Okay, so yan makikita mo, 2 squared times 3 squared, 4 times 9, that's equal to 36 times 3. Okay? So, makikita mo naman kung ano yung mga perfect square. Alright? So, anyway, ito yung factor niya na perfect square, 36 and 3. So, it's equal to 36 times. Pwede natin ilabas yung 36 kasi perfect square. So, 6 square root of 3. Nakuha ba to? Okay. Sa slant yung sulat ko, sorry. Next method is to factor out. Parang iti-treat mo siya as 27 times 4, but instead of multiplying them agad, ifa-factor mo na to into a perfect square factor times something. Ano yung perfect square niya na factor? That would be 9. So, 9 times 3 times 4. So, ano mga pwede natin ilabas? Itong 9 and 4 kasi perfect square silang dalawa. So, 3 times 2 square root of 3. Okay? This is equal to 6 square root of 3. Ito actually pinakamadali for this specific example. So, sige, mamaya na lang. Okay, so here we have 27 times square root of 4. Simplify natin muna to. Okay, for the third method, simplify muna isa-isa, then saka i-multiply. Simplify this one, we know that this is equal to 9 times 3. So, pwede natin ilabas yung 3 square root of 3. Right? How about this one? This is equal to square root of 4, that's just equal to 2. So when we're multiplying yung ganito, ang minumultiply natin, coefficient times yung nasa radical. So 3 times 2, that's equal to 6 square root of 3. Okay, so depende kung saan mas madali intindihin or i-process para sa inyo. Okay? In general, for me, ito yung ginagawa ko. Yung number 2. Kasi parang mix siya actually yung dalawa. Para sineset up lang siya para makita mo kung ano yung makukuha mo from the first factor versus the second na pwede mo silang ipagsama. In this case, wala kang kailangan from the other factor. So, ito yung pinakamadaling method. Okay? Nakuha naman ba to? Or may question dito? Wala naman, di ba? Madali lang. It's equal to 6 square root of. So, as long as you follow the rules, actually, pagdating sa mga radicals, kailangan talagang fully na understand nyo kung paano nag-works yung laws of exponents for integer na exponents and for rational or fractional exponents. Actually, yun lang talaga important. Intindihin ng maayos, yung ng mabuti, ang laws of exponents. Okay, next. How about if you have this? Hindi, give up na siya. 14x cubed. 14x cubed times square root of 2x. Okay? Ito, masisimplify mo pa ba to? No, hindi na, di ba? So, ito, pwede mo ito i-simplify. Pero kasi, if you simplify this one, may makikita ka na pwede mo i-pair dito. So, for me, for this particular number, mas madali if pagsama ko sila. Rather than i-simplify ko. Unlike sa kanina, mas madali kapag i-simplify ko muna separately. So, 14x cubed times 2x. 14 times 2, that's 28. X cubed times x, that's equal to x raised to 4. Alam naman kung paano nakuha ito, di ba? Multiply, 14 times 2. Multiply x cubed times x, pareho ng base, so i-add mo na yung exponent. 3 plus 1, kaya naging 4. Okay, so ano yung factors ng 28 na may perfect square? That would be 4 and 7. Okay? So here we have 4 times 7 times x raised to 4. I forgot to mention, pagdating na ngayon sa multiplying and dividing, we will just assume na lahat ng ginagamit nating exponents are, ginagamit nating variables are positive integers lang. Okay? Para wala na tayong, hindi na natin ima-mind ito. Kasi pagdating naman sa exam nyo, hindi naman kayo iti-trick this way masyado. Okay, so here we have this, pwede natin ilabas yung 2, pwede natin ilabas yung x squared, may iwan nila lang yung square root of 7. May questions ba here? Wala naman, no? Sorry, nag-admit ako. Ay. Sige, how about you try this one first? Tapos chat down kapag tapos na. Pangit magsulat. Nagsasagot pa. Chat down kapag may nagsagot na. Wala pang may nagsasagot. Ay, sorry. Ano ba yan? Sorry guys, same index nga palang ginagawa natin. Okay, so here, multiply mo lang muna yung nasa labas na. Okay? Madali lang siya for me kapag minumultiply ko na. 3 times negative 6, that's equal to negative 18. Times cube root of, dalawang nasa loob, 18 times 12. So again, pwede mo lang siya ipagsama kapag pareho yung index mo. Okay? So, for me, mas madali if pa-factor ko na yung dalawa. Okay? Kesa i-multiply ko. Kasi if I multiply them, lalaki lang lalo yung number, mas mahirap lang mag-prime factor. Factors of 18, that would be 3 times 6, 3 times 2. So, ang 18 is equal to 3 squared times 2. Correct? How about 12? 3 times 4, 2 times 2. So, ang 12 naman, ang factors niya is 3 times 2 squared. Okay, so ilipat natin yan dito. Negative 18, cube root of 18 is equal to 3 squared times 2. 12 is equal to 3, so times 3 times 2 squared. Nakita yun naman na siguro, no? Ito, pareho ng base, pwedeng pagsama. Ito, pareho ng base, pwedeng pagsama. 3 squared times 3, that's equal to 3 cubed. 2 times 2 squared, that's equal to 2 raised to 3 or 2 cubed. So, pwede natin silang ilabas pareho. Negative 18 times 3 times 2, this is equal to times 6, 108. Okay? Tama ba? Yeah. 108. Ay, sorry. Negative 108. Careless ko. Nakuha ba to? If no questions, type A. Okay. So guys, ang common error dito minsan sa pagmamadali, pag I hope na panood nyo na yung video on adding and subtracting. Minsan sa pagmamadali, kapag may ganito, na-equate into, malito guys ha, okay? They are not equal. Nag-a-apply lang for products or multiplication. And actually for division din. Anyway, so ngayon, paano naman kapag meron kang radicand with same base? Okay? Pareho yung base mo. So, for example, syempre, different index na dito. Guys, kunwari, may pareho kang, yung radicands mo, may parehong base, pero pareho rin yung index. Huwag mo na itong gawin. Gawin mo yung method for the same na index. Pero kapag magkaiba yung index, check mo, pareho ba yung base ng radicands nila para ma-simplify or what. Okay? So, in order to do that, we have first to, kung ang given mo is in radical expression, for example, this one, x raised to a times x. Kung ang given sa'yo is naka-radical form, x raised to a times x raised to b. Okay, so here pareho yung, may pareho kang base sa radical. So kahit x cube pa yung isa na yan, pwede mo pa rin silang ipagsama. As long as pareho yung base. Okay? First, ang gagawin mo is to transform it first to rational expression. Rational exponent. Or fractional. Yung mga nalilito. Okay? So here, x raised to 1 over a times x raised to 1 over b. Ano nga sinabi natin kapag pareho yung base, tapos nag-multiply tayo, we just add the exponent. So this is equal to x raised to 1 over a plus 1 over b. Okay? So, going back here, if we have this is just equal to square root of x raised to this one. This root of x, sorry. Okay? So, isimplify mo muna this way, tapos saka mo siya isimplify kung nagre-require na naka-radical expression. So, for example, if we have square root of x times cube root of x. So, magkaiba yung index. Yung muna yung i-check. Kasi kapag magkapareho yung index, huwag na kayo mag-bother mag-ganito kasi mas mahaba lang. Okay? So, since magkaiba yung index natin, pero pareho silang may x na base, we can apply this. Gawin natin siya fractional exponent. This becomes x raised to 1/2 times, ito naman, x raised to 1/3. Add lang yung exponents. 1/2 plus 1/3. This is equal to x raised to 3 plus 2, 5 over 6. I hope marunong mag-add ng fractions ha. To add this, kailangan pareho yung denominator. Ano yung LCD nila? That would be 6. 6 divided by 2 times 1, that's equal to 3. Nakuha ba yun? Plus 6 divided by 3, that's equal to 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. 5 over 6. Kailangan radical 4. X raised to 5 of 6th root. Okay? Nakuha naman to, di ba? Sulat natin. Okay. Another example. So guys, may ibang problems na for example, sige, iba muna example. Ito muna. Indecisive ka, girl. Ano yung nilagay ko kanina? 14? Okay. So, pareho yung base. Pwede kang ganitong form. 5 raised to 3 over 5 times 5 raised to 14 over 10. That's just equal to 5 raised to 3/5 plus 14 over 10. This is just equal to over 10. 10 divided by 5, that's equal to 2. 2 times 3, that's equal to 6. Plus 14. So this is equal to 20 over 10. 20 over 10 is just equal to 2. So we have 5 raised to 2 or 25. Okay? So minsan, hindi siya nakalabas na ganito. As in, hindi siya nakasulat na 5 cubed. Okay, for example, actually wala palang sense kasi pwede mo naman i-multiply. Pero, kunwari, 4 times square root of 8. Okay? Pareho silang pwede mong ma-express as, ito, pwede siyang maging 2 raised to something. Ito rin, pwede siyang maging 2 raised to something. So, para magkaroon ka, kasi yung goal mo, pareho yung base mo. Since magkaiba yung index mo. Pero guys, again, kung magkapareho naman yung index, bakit ka pa magta-transform into this form, di ba? Kasi pwede mo naman siyang i-multiply sa loob, right? Pero since magkaiba yung index natin, ang goal natin is magkaroon ng base na pareho. So, ito, pwede natin siyang i-express 2 raised to 2, cube root of that, times itong 8. 2 times 2 times 2 lang yan, or 2 cube. Okay, nakuha. So again, ano ulit yung next? Gagawin siyang rational exponent. 2 raised to 2 over 3. How about this one? 2 raised to 3 over, ano yung imaginary exponent dito? 2. Okay, kapag walang nakasulat, hindi siya 1 ha, 2 siya pagdating sa radicals. Over 2. 2 raised to 2/3 plus 3/2. This is equal to 6. Ang LCD, 6 divided by 3, that's 2 times 2, so that's 4. Plus 6 divided by 2, that's 3 times 3, that's equal to 9. So this is equal to 13 over 6. 2 raised to 13 over 6, or that's equal to 6th root of 2 raised to 13. Parang ang syunga pala ng ginawa ko. Kasi, sorry, pwede mong ilabas yung 2 dito. So, square root of 2 na lang naiwan. Either way, pwede mo pa rin naman gawin yun dito. 13 minus 6, that's equal to 7. So, ang sagot would be 2 raised to 6th root of 2 raised to 7. Para magtatanong kayo, lalabas ba yung ganyan? Hindi. Gusto ko lang i-point out kung paano kayo magmamanipulate. Like, not necessarily ito yung lalabas, pero I'm just saying na pwede mo siyang gawin kasi depende sa choices eh. So, final answer here is going to be 2 6th root of 2 raised to mali. 4 6th root of 2. Nakuha ba? Kasi may dalawa ka ditong 2 raised to 6. 2 raised to 6 times 2 raised to 6 times 2. 6 plus 6 plus 1 is equal to 13. So may dalawa kang 2 na pwedeng ilabas. Kaya naging 4. Hindi pala kita. Kaya naging 4. Nakuha ba to guys? Type A kapag walang questions on this one. Okay, may questions ba? Wala naman. Okay. Sige, one last example bago tayo mag-division. Sa examples mamaya, sa long quiz mamaya, I'm expecting na marunong na kayo mag-add. Guys, ha? Okay, how about this one? Try nyo nga muna. Paano kapag hindi lang isa yung base mo? Meron kang dalawa. You have X and you have Y. Paano mo yan gagawin? So, ang gagawin mo lang dito is to separate sila. Okay? Remember that this one, pwede mo siyang ihiwalay. Like here. Okay? So, this one is just equal to square root of X times square root of Y. Okay? Times cube root of X, cube root of Y squared. Okay? Pwede ihiwalay mo siya or pwede rin naman na ito muna yung gawin mong rational exponent. Pwede rin na ihiwalay muna. So, ito magiging X raised to 1/2. Ito naman magiging Y raised to 1/2. How about this one? X raised to 1/3, and this one, Y raised to 2/3. Nakuha ba kung saan nanggaling itong mga rational exponents natin? Square root of X, X raised to 1/2. Square root of Y, Y raised to 1/2, and so on. Okay? So again, ano lang yung pwede natin ipagsama kapag pareho yung base? So, ito. And then, this one. So, ipagtabi lang natin sila para lang nakikita. Hindi necessary yung step na to. Again, pag naman exam, hindi nyo kailangan isulat lahat ng step na to as long as confident kayo sa ginagawa nyo. Okay? X raised to 1/2, X raised to 1/3 times Y raised to 1/2 and Y raised to 2/3. Okay? So this one, 1/2, that's X raised to 1/2 plus 1/3 times Y raised to 1/2 plus 2/3. 1/2 plus 1/3, that's equal to 5/6. Right? Yan lang rin naman yung kanina. How about 1/2 plus 2/3? That's equal to 6. Ito, 3/6 plus 4/6 or 7/6. So here we have X raised to 5/6 times Y raised to 7/6. Kukopihin ko lang to ah. Okay. Pwede pa itong ma-simplify? Right now, if napapansin nyo, pareho na yung index mo. Tama ba? Pareho na. Kasi if i-transform ko yan, I have 6th root of X raised to 5 times sixth root of y raised to 7. So, katulad sa ginagawa natin kanina, since pareho na yung index natin, pwede natin siya ipagsama. X raised to 5, y raised to 7. So, ito pwede na siya i-simplify agad. Pwede rin naman na dito na. Ano yung pwede natin ilabas? This one. Yung isang y. Okay? This is equal to y square, sixth root of x raised to 5 times y. Nakawa ba? May questions ba on this? Huwag may magtanong Type B kapag proceed na. Honest question. Masyado bang madaling examples? Type A kapag masyadong madali. Type B kung okay lang. Okay lang. May nakukuha naman kayo. Baka kasi masyadong madali Kasi minsan, kasi yung mga concept na to, ginagawa rin naman sa college. Mas mahirap lang yung mga tanong. So, minsan hindi ko ma-differentiate sa utak ko, which is high school lesson, which is parang math lesson. Parang gumagawa kasi ako ng lecture for combinatorics and probability. Tapos tinatanong ko, ganito ba yung lesson ng high school or pang college na to na combinatorics and probability? So, ang hirap. Pero ma'am, pwede pa po isang example. Paano isang example? Same concept. Mamaya, marami actually example for multiplying. Magpo-proceed lang muna ako sa division kasi yung next, halo na ng lahat. Okay? So again guys, sa operations, inassume ko na lahat is positive integers. So you don't really have to mind this one. Hindi na kailangan siya i-mind. Okay? So, punta tayo sa division. Nag-give up na yung pen ko. Nakita niyo. Wait lang guys, check ko lang kung may refill pa ako. Okay, let's use a green pen. Now let's do division. Or dividing radical expressions. So, parang same lang naman siya sa multiplying. First, let's talk about yung power of a quotient rule. Remember your power of a quotient rule. So, may quotient ka. Raised to a power. This is equal to x raised to m over y raised to m. So, same lang din kapag hindi integer yung nasa exponent mo. Let's say, ito. Pwede mo siyang i-distribute. You will have x raised to 1 over n over y raised to 1 over n. So, pwedeng yung given mo is ganito. Binalik ko lang siya ito radical form, guys. Pwede ganito yung given mo, tapos pinapasimplify. O kaya naman, pwede ito yung given mo, tapos pinapadivide. So, you have this one. For example, pinabaliktad ko lang for those na parang hindi naiintindihan kapag right to left. Okay? So, pwedeng itong given mo, meron kang expression sa taas, meron kang expression sa baba. Tapos, same yung index. So, yun muna yung pag-usapan natin kapag same yung index. So, kapag same yung index, pwede mo siyang i-divide mo yung nasa loob. Then, simplify. Tingnan ko ano yung pwede mo ilabas. Para mas maganda yung red. Okay. Magandang init. So, for example, if we have square root of 72 over 25. So kapag ganito yung given, check mo muna kung pwede mo i-simplify. Diba? In this case, hindi mo siya pwedeng i-simplify. Actually, hindi to division per se. This is just simplifying. Pero isama ko na dito. So, since wala namang may common factors being 72 and 25, wala. So, paghiwalay natin siya. Okay? Ito, anong factors niya na perfect square? That would be 9 times? Actually, 36 na lang. Para mas madali. 36 times 2. Pwede ring 9 times 4 times 2. Or nanggaling ka sa 9 times 8, then yung 8, 4 times 2. Okay, so ang factors niya is 36 and 2. Kung nasa baba, sa perfect square, so malalabas mo yung 5. This is equal to 6 square root of 2 over 5. Okay, nakuha naman to, diba? How about if you're given with this one? Init, grabe. Okay. Masisimplify mo ba itong nasa loob? Pwede, actually. Pwede mo na ito i-simplify kasi 25 and 2, pero pwede rin na i-multiply mo muna. I-divide mo muna sila. 50x over, cancel yung x, cancel zeros, may iwan ka with square root of 5. Okay? Pag sinimplify ko muna to, bakit ko siya dinivide, pinagsama, instead of simplifying mo yung sa taas? If I simplify yung sa taas, diba that's equal to 25 times 2x over square root of 10x. Malalabas ko yung 5. That's equal to 5 square root of 2x over square root of 10x. This is equal to 5, 2x over 10x. Cancel, may iwan ako with 5. So I'll have 5 times square root of 1 over 5. Di ba mas mahirap? Kasi magra-rationalize pa ako. Okay? Kaya, pinagsama ko muna siya since mas madali that way. Right? Nakita niyo ba yung difference? Kung isi-simplify ko muna siya separately. Since nakita ko naman na parang, okay, madali lang naman yan i-cancel than going through this. So, depende pa rin sa inyo. Nakuha niyo ba yung difference? Dito mag-rationalize ka pa kapag sinimplify mo siya agad. So, minsan, alam ko naman na minsan, less obvious than this one and then mapaparationalize ka. To still arrive at the same answer. Yun nga lang, mas mahaba lang na method. Super init. Okay, so, paano naman kapag magkaiba yung wait lang guys, on ko lang yung aircon. Sobrang init, di ko kaya. Chiki, pasok. Okay. Gawin muna natin mga madadaling example, tapos mag-isa tayong tuloy-tuloy na puro examples. Paano kapag magkaiba naman yung index natin? Pero, kaya kanina, may pareho tayong base. So, quotient rule, x raised to m over x raised to n, that's equal to x raised to m, exponent sa taas minus exponent sa baba. Right? So, if we have x raised to 1 over m over x raised to 1 over x raised to 1 over m over x raised to 1 over n, that's equal to x raised to 1 over m minus 1 over n. Nakuha ba to? So, kapag meron kang pareho yung base, that's just equal to this root of, ilalagay mo dito, x. Okay? So, as usual, kapag may ganito ka, magkaiba yung index, pero pareho yung base, ang gagawin mo muna is, transform mo muna siya into ganito. Rational or fractional exponent. Okay? So, for example, fourth root of x squared over cube root of x. Gawin muna natin. X, ito raised to 2 over 4. Ito naman, x raised to 1/3. So this is equal to x, 2 over 4 minus 1/3. LCD is 12. 12 divided by 4, 3 times 2, that's equal to 6. Minus 12 divided by 3, that's 4 times 1. Or 2 over 12 or 1 over 6. So our answer here is 6th root of x. Okay? May questions pa dito bago tayo So yung next is, magbibigay lang ako ng 5 items na combination na siya ng multiplying, dividing, adding, and subtracting. Type C kapag magsasagot. Salsa bear. Tiger. Okay, mamute ko muna. Type C if magsasagot para alam ko kung Chat done kapag tapos na. May tapos na ba? Sa mga nagsasagot. Okay, let's answer number 1. Burahin ko na to ah. Sorry, wait lang. Okay, number 1. So guys, if hindi niyo napapansin, nag-a-apply talaga yung mga previous lessons. Like this one, you have to distribute. Yung mga ganong concept, ito, FOIL method, etc. Okay? So here, if we distribute this, pareho naman yung mga index natin, right? Yung mga indices natin. Okay? So multiply this and this. Negative 2 times negative 3, that's equal to 6. Square root of 15 times 3, that's equal to 45. Plus, how about this one? Negative 2 times 3, that's equal to negative 6 times, para yung index, so pwede natin i-multiply. 15 times 5. So, dahil alam ko isi-simplify ko pa siya, hindi ko siya i-multiply. Lalagay ko lang 15 times 5 kasi malaking number. Okay? Well, hindi naman gano'ng kalaki, pero gets. Pag parang, minsan kasi mas practical na hindi yun na siya i-multiply. Here, anong factors niya na perfect square? That would be 9 and 5. Ito naman, gagawin ko na siyang negative, guys, ha? Negative 6. Okay, 9 and 5 yan. How about here? Ito, may 5 ka na here. Ito, anong factors niya? 5 and 3. So, we can say 5 times 3 times 5. So, may 5 squared ka. Pwede mo yung ilabas. Ito, 9, pwede mo ilabas. Magiging 6 times 3 square root of 5 minus 6 times, pwede mo ilabas yung 5. Kasi 5 times 5 yan. Square. Okay, so ang final answer natin dito is 18 square root of 5 minus 30 square root of 3. Tama ba? Pareho ba nung nakuha? Okay? That's for number 1. Sulat ko na siya dito. Okay, give up ng ating whiteboard marker. Okay, number 2. Same lang, i-distribute nyo lang. Pangit pala na example. What you can do is, pwedeng i-simplify nyo muna to. Okay? Square root of 28x, that's equal to, anong factors nito? 4 and 7. So, pwede mo ilabas yung 4, magiging 2 square root of 7x times 5 plus square root of 7. Again, gaya na sabi ko kanina, may iba-ibang ways para mag-arrive ka with the right answer. Bahala na kayo kung ano sa tingin niyo pinakamabilis nyong magagawing arithmetic. So here, 2 times 5, that's 10 square root of 7x. Plus 2, kasi wala namang iba dito, 7x times 7. So 7 and 7, pwede mo siyang ilabas. 10 square root of 7x plus 2 times 7, 14 square root of x. Pareho ba ng sagot? Tama ba? Naghintay ako may mag-confirm kung pareho yung sagot namin. Okay? Okay. How about here? FOIL method. First, 5 times 3, 15. Plus outer, 4 square root of 3 times square root of 3. So, magkakaroon ka lang niya ng 4 square root of 3 squared. So, pwede mo nang ilabas yung 3, right? So, 4 times 3, that's equal to 12. Ay, mali. FOIL nga eh. Kaya ako nagpa-follow ng FOIL. Actually, ako, hindi ako minsan nagpa-follow ng FOIL. Basta lang, make sure lang na na-multiply niyo lahat na kailangan i-multiply. Plus, 5 times square root of 3. So, that's 5 square root of 3. Inner, 4 square root of 3 times 3. 4 times 3, that's equal to 12 square root of 3. Last, itong dalawa, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is just equal to 3 times 4, so that's 12. Okay? May mga like terms tayo, di ba? This one, whole number lang, and etong parehong may square root of 3. Di ba? So, pwede mong i-add yung 5 and 12. Remember sa adding radical expressions, this is just equal to 5. plus 12 times square root of 3. Okay? So, 15 plus 12, that's equal to 27. Sorry, natatawa ako. Ang kulit kasi yung mga aso. Plus 5 plus 12, that's equal to 17 square root of 3. Okay? May questions ba here? Wala naman. Erase ko muna to. Okay, so for number 4, ba't ko binura yung 4? Try. We have 4 square root of 2 minus 5 square root of 3. So here, sana naalala nyo or sana napanood nyo yung video on rationalizing. Mag-rationalize lang tayo. So, multiply muna natin siya by conjugate niya. Anong conjugate ito? That would be square root of 2 plus 5 square root of 3. So, since i-multiply natin yung denominator, ganun din sa taas. Okay? Unahin muna natin yung nasa baba. Ano to? Parang difference of 2 squares lang, di ba? Factors siya ng difference of 2 squares, right? So, ang sagot dito would just be square root of 2 squared minus 5 square root of 3 squared, right? Kung hindi kayo convinced, gawin niyo yung FOIL method. Okay? So here, 2 minus 25 times 3, that's equal to 75. Okay? Or, yung nasa baba natin basically is just equal to negative 73. Now, this one, distribute lang, that's equal to 4 square root of 2 plus 4 times 5. Multiply yan, guys, ha? 4 times 5, that's equal to 20 square root of 3. So, guys, since negative yung nasa baba, simplified na ba to? Hindi ka pwedeng may negative sa denominator, ha? O pinag-uusapan yung simplifying. So, ilipat natin yung negative sa taas. We have negative 4 square root of 2 times, minus 20 square root of 3 over 70. Okay? Nakuha ba? Pareho ba tayo ng mga sagot? So, ibubura ko, guys, kasi baka hindi magkasya. Ano ba yan? Parang ang weird tingnan, no? Parang simplified ba yan? Kasi mas malaki yung numbers. Yes, kasi dapat wala kang radical sa baba, sa denominator. Anong ma'am, ba't di po negative? Negative siya. Di ba negative 73 kanina? Nilipat ko lang sa taas. Kasi sagot natin kanina, 4 square root of 2 plus 20 square root of 3 over negative 73. Okay? Bawal na may negative ka sa baba. So what I did is multiply by negative 1 over negative 1 para maging positive yung denominator kasi kailangan positive siya. Valid to kasi this is just essentially multiplying it by 1. So multiply the numerator in the denominator by negative 1. So ito, magiging positive 73. May nagtanong kasi guys. Negative 1 times, so distribute mo na yung negative, minus 20 square root. Nakuha ba? Pwede naman. Pwede naman. Pwede rin ganito. Negative plus. Guys, take note ha. I-emphasize ko lang pala to. Pag nakakakita kayo ng ganito, pag nasa labas ng fraction sign yung negative, ibig sabihin yung negative, i-distribute mo sa lahat. Okay? Sige, po-point out ko lang. Kasi common error din to, actually. Ako rin minsan natitrick ako. Not because not necessarily hindi nyo alam. It's just that nakakonfuse lang minsan yung utak. Let's say, random lang to. Okay. Pag nandito yung negative, ang ibig sabihin niyan, that's equal to negative x plus y over 4. So, i-distribute mo. Okay? Hindi to equal, this is not the same kapag meron kang negative x. Okay? Iba rin yung ibig sabihin yan. Nakuha niyo ba, guys? Ito, equal to sa negative x minus y. Ito, equal silang tatlo. Pareho lang yan. Negative, distribute mo sa lahat. So, negative x, negative y. Ito naman, pag nandito yung negative, ibig sabihin yan, yan lang talaga siya. Okay? Unless may parenthesis. Okay? Kapag nasa labas, yung iba kasi, kapag nasa labas, kunwari ganyan. Basta pag hindi siya kasama sa, ano nga tawag dito? Vindic or something. Okay? Yung iba kasi akala nila yung negative lang is yung x. Dinidistribute yan, guys, as long as hindi siya kasama dito sa line ng fraction mo. Okay? Ng fraction bar mo. So, just take note of that. Okay, number 5. Parang mas maganda pa ipang sulat yung pula. Ayoko lang kasalat. Okay, number 5. 4x cubed minus 3x over tama ba? Yun yung kanina. So, as usual, actually madali lang to, no? Rationalize mo lang siya. So, multiply by conjugate. Pareho. Ano yung conjugate mo dito? Do you guys, question, minumultiply niyo pa ba siya by 3? Ginagawa niyo ba yun? Yung minumultiply niyo siya by 3? Hindi nyo na siya, actually, ito, pwede mo na itong i-simplify mo na yung sa baba. Okay? Kasi if you're gonna multiply it by ganito, parang magka-cancel-cancel ka pa mamaya. So, what you do is, nakita nyo ba to? Pwede pa siyang i-simplify, di ba? Pwede mong ilabas yung x, right? So, here, this is equal to 4x cubed. Pero guys, don't worry. Kapag hindi mo siya nilabas, dapat tama pa rin yung sagot mo. 3x times square root of 3. Okay? So, actually, i-multiply mo na lang yan siya by square root of 3. Common error ng iba, actually, hindi naman siya maling-mali. Pareho pa rin yung mga common sagot. It's just that mas mahaba lang or mas malalaking numbers mo. Minumultiply din nila with 3x. Ito lang guys yung kailangan nyo. Yung square root of x. Okay? So here, distribute natin to. 4x cubed square root of x minus 3. Pareho sila ng index, so pwede natin isama. 3x times 3, that's equal to 9x. Right? Over 3x times square root of 3 times square root of 3, that's equal to 3. Dito ko na isusulat Ang denominator natin dito is 3x times 3, so that's 9x. Okay? How about this one? Masi-simplify pa ba to? Hindi na. So actually, ay sorry guys, ano ba yan? 3 to. Ayun, tama. 3, kasi distribute ko to. Masi-simplify pa ba to? Hindi na. Yan na yun. 4x cubed square root of 3. Minus, ito pwedeng ilabas yung 3, right? So pag nilabas ko yung 3, may iwan sa loob is x. 3 times 3, that's equal to 9 square root of x. Okay? Yan na yung final answer natin. Well, pwede mo rin siyang hatiin, pero okay na to. Pero if ever, kung wala to sa given, for example, pwede mo siyang ihati pa. You have 4x cubed square root of 3 over 9x. Cancel yung x, maging 2 ito. How about this one? Minus 9 square root of x over 9x. Kakancel yung 9. So, pwede rin na yung sagot dito if super ano nyo talaga. 4x squared, square root of 3, over 9 minus square root of x over x. Okay? Pero this is enough in terms of parang simplifying. Or just in case. Ano yung nope? May mali ba? Sorry, hindi ko nakakita yung chat. May questions ba? Okay, sa kanina daw. Okay, so, pwede ito yung sagot kapag pinaghiwalay nyo. Ito naman kapag hindi. So, depende lang talaga sa problem. I'll end here kasi actually inulit ko lang to for the sake na ma-upload ko siya.